And welcome back to the Crypto Hulk Show. Got a little deep dive for you today. We're going to kind of go over what we had yesterday about Swift. So we're going to be going over about Swift, Chainlink, and all this integration. And that's going to be like the topic for today. And I did not advertise this program. So we're going to just start off as it is right here. I'll only give a few minutes for people to show up. I guess I can read off the first five of today. That'll be Dan, Mr. OG, Delgadoft, Kinetic Energy, and Spec Op 613. Let me just give a few minutes here for people to shuffle in. I was working on a crypto. I don't want to say exactly what. It's a crypto that's located in the Middle East. Not going to say too much about it, and it might be on the show for tomorrow morning. Can't tell you if it'll be a pump down. It's definitely going to be a long-term hold. I don't want to say any more about it because you'll start looking stuff up and trying to figure it out. So I'm going to kind of leave it at that. I've got about 2-3 other guys working on it with me, and we're trying to figure it out if it's worth putting on the show. So these take work, man. Doing these special crypto, because I got to investigate this. We were looking at this one crypto we thought was it. After about an hour and a half, it was the wrong one. It's a little tricky. I'll explain to you some of the problems we have, but I'm trying to narrow down where's the right one. Because in crypto, you don't want to get the wrong one. So, and I've got a professional guy working with me, and we're kind of just like, but we've figured it out, I believe. It's a little tricky. So this one's a challenging one. And Delgadoff, thank you very much for that tax-free donation. I have, while I'm waiting for some people to show up, I have something that if you're a $500 member, I will release special information to all of you. It's an investment that will give you over 65% returns a year. You would go to it's kind of dealing with crypto, let's say 50%. But for instance, if you put in this is like an investment type crypto, like a stock bond type deal, and it has a crypto I don't want to say too much. This one, literally, if you put in like this, and it might be, heck, if you put in let's say $10,000 into this investment, more than likely, I know people that do this, okay? I know a guy who's a $500 member kind of was telling me about this. It's totally legit. When I'm going to send out a text to all the $500 members so you guys can know what this is. It's like a type of investment that's 100% legit from SEC scrutinized companies. So there's no rug pulls at all. It's straight up. When I mention the names of the place where you can buy this particular thing at, it's one of the most legitimate companies in the world. So but they're earning over 70% per year. Okay. He told me he sold 2 of his houses that I don't want to say, let's just say they're 100,000 a piece. I don't want to tell you this guy's business. He sold 2 of his houses because he could make more money in this type of crypto, whatever it is. And he's got $200,000 in there. And he said in the past year, he made $140,000 profit in 1 year with this crypto investment thing I want to tell you about. But it's only going to be for the $500 people. And you don't have to put in a lot of money. You could put in $5,000. If you put in 10 grand, $7,000 profit in a year. They pay you every month. You'll get paid every month, a paycheck, like a dividend or something like that. It pays out insane amounts of money, and it's legitimate. the crypto that they have is legitimate. The company is like a Bank of America kind of a deal, but it's not Bank of America, but it's probably even bigger than Bank of America that sells this thing. And they're making over 70% a year. Sometimes it's 60, other years it's 80, but it averages out to different numbers. But he says, and I looked it up on I looked it up on the internet. Yeah, it's 100% legit. Pays out crazy dividends and stuff, and it's dealing with crypto. And yeah, it depends on how long you lock it in for. You have to lock it in. If you lock it in for just like 1 month, you probably only make like a single digit. So the longer you put it in, and it doesn't have to lock in for years, just 3, 6, 9, 12 months. This guy literally says he sold 2 houses. This dude's pretty well off, one of my $500 members. And he's like, I don't have to deal with renters. I don't have to deal with this. Oh, and if you put it in the right category, it's tax-free. So now the $500 people are like, whoa. So yeah, if you put in 10 grand in this thing, I'll bet you'll earn between 6, 7, and 8,000 bucks per year. And it's tax-free. And it's pretty amazing. All right. Disabled XRP. Thank you very much for that tax-free donation. The FUYT Fund 2. Okay, now that we're probably at maximum people here, 68 people, whoo-wee, smoking. Let's go with the news I wanted to start off with here. This week in crypto. No, let me find that article. Let me see where is. Okay, now we're going to go over a little bit of a deep dive here. I have some articles that I showed you the other day. Let me show you some of these articles here. And I'm going to show you the articles, and then we'll do the deep dive, and then I'll go back to the articles. Here's the first article that I wanted to show you. Ripple. Now, this is not brand new news. This is January 7th, 2025. Ripple partners with Chainlink to boost Ripple Labs US dollar stablecoin and DeFi markets. Ripple Labs USD. So there's that one. This next article here is PR Newswire. Let's do a copy and then a paste. And then the next one, we got Ripple and Thunes. We went over this yesterday. What I'm doing now is going over yesterday's show and adding what I did not have time for, which was the deep dive. There's the article about Swift. And this article here isn't from Swift. This is somebody who is a reporter that told us that Swift is using Ripple. And let me show the last one. Okay, here is where Thunes, Thunes, they're working with Swift right here. This is fact-based right here, okay? Now, there's enough articles there. The reason I showed you all the articles, because now we're going into the deep dive. And I'm going to break all this down. This is a deep dive, let me tell you. So this might be at least half hour to 40 minutes right here. What I'm trying to show you is how all this integration is happening right now. We're not worried about price right now. We have to understand basics, the foundation. Crypto Hulk, what is being set up? Okay. Price is a distraction. Right now, all the crypto prices are cheap, correct? Okay. Does that mean anything? No. 5 years from now, 2 years from now, 1 year from now, we might not have crypto prices that are cheap. These prices right now of the cryptocurrency, you can't run the world with an XRP at $2.90. That will not work, okay? When these banks want to move $500 million, XRP's got to be worth a ton, or else you've got to almost have 500 billion XRP at any given time to do something. And then multiple transactions around the world, you've got to have a high enough price, which means these cryptos have to be tokenized. A stellar XLM crypto at 34 cents, that shit's not going to work. You understand my point, right? All these XDC that's going to handle global stock market trading and shit, that will not work moving like quadrillions of dollars. It won't work when XDC is 8 cents. That shit's not going to work, okay? So what I'm going to show you now is prices right now don't matter. I want you to see the fundamentals. So when you go to Caleb Brown and buy your crypto, okay, that's the only place I would buy mine at. Right now we have discount prices. We have Swift, Chainlink, Shiba is kind of mixed up in a lot of this. We're going to go over what is going on with Thunes. I'll try to keep this as painless as possible, but it's hard work, and that's what we have to do. I'm going to show you all these connections here. Look, Swift and Ripple and all these, they all have non-disclosure agreements. Unless Ripple decides to talk about something. But Ripple almost, like everybody knows, Ripple and SBI holdings and all that, but Ripple can't talk about all their partners. So you won't find necessarily evidence that, now we know that Chainlink is working with Swift because Swift puts that out. But we also know that Chainlink is a Ripple partner. That's what I'm showing you right here. Ripple partners with Chainlink to boost Ripple Labs. So if Ripple is a partner at Chainlink and Chainlink is working with Swift, if you use common sense, you would know that Chainlink's not going to be like, oh, hey, Swift, we'll work with you, but we won't use any of the Ripple technology for payments. Oh, God, no, we're not going to use that. In this deep dive, we're going to talk about how Ripple and Hedera are partners. Let me show that. Here's this article right here. Because when I got brand new people here, and brand new people, these cryptos are all at Caleb Brown that we're talking about here. And I'm showing you the building blocks on how all these cryptos, when they're worth $1,000, $5,000, whatever it goes to, I want you to understand the fundamentals. You don't just buy a fucking crypto. You watch my program. I show you where the connections are. Now, Ripple's working with Hedera, Algorand, Chainlink, and all of these come up in the deep dive. Let me ask you something. It would be that there's some dummy that leaves some kind of comment, and not on my other social media. It's usually somebody on like X. These X Twitter people or whatever they are, they're so fucking stupid. But they're like, well, there's no evidence that Swift and Ripple are working together. Ha ha! I've fooled you, Crypto Hulk. No, the only fool is when you look in the mirror. That's the fool right there. So what I'm going to show you is that it makes common sense that if Swift is working with Chainlink and Chainlink is integrated into Ripple and Hedera is working with Swift and Ripple, and now they're all working together. Like that would be asinine to say, oh, Swift is working with Chainlink, but they're not going to use Algorand technology. They're not going to use Hedera technology. They're not going to use Ripple tech. They're only going to use Chainlink technology. That's so fucking stupid. And that's how these people on X think. It's really sad. They got shit for brains. But let's go over the evidence here that I have. Now, I showed you those articles. The one article was dated September 2025. It was titled Thunes and Ripple Expand Global Partnership. Okay. The article details a partnership between Thunes, a fintech company, and Ripple. It was originally published in 2020. This shit's been going on for 5 years with Thunes and Ripple. Okay. The collaboration integrates Ripple's blockchain solutions, and they have something called SmartX. Okay. It's in 90 markets. Now, the next article is with, I didn't post this one, but it's Thunes partners with Atajawafa Bank. Now, that's 3 years ago that happened. Thunes partners with Atajawafa Bank, one of Africa's largest banks. I want you to see what's going on. Ripple has been in Africa, and they're working with, okay, the Bank of Egypt, Ripple partner. Morocco, this is the third largest bank in Africa, Ripple partner. So Ripple's all integrated here. It would be foolish. Now, what do banks use for communication? They use Swift. So if all these banks are working with XRP with payments, you're going to need a messaging, right? Well, what does Swift do? Messaging. So what you're telling me, Mr. Dummy out there watching the show, leaving stupid comments, you're telling me Ripple is integrated with all these banks, but they're not with Swift. Well, if you're sending money, you're going to need Swift. And if you're dealing with banks, see what I'm saying? So it's all together. So the fact that some dummy, Ripple's not working, they're not trialing Swift. Swift's not trialing XRP. No, they just got some messaging form that's not even working with Ripple, right? Is that what you're saying? Swift is not even working with Ripple. Then what the fuck messages is Swift sending, dumbass? That's what I'm saying. These people are so fucking stupid. It's hard because I got to deal with like retarded people that leave comments. So you've got Swift, which is the only messaging platform for banks everywhere in the world. And you're telling me they're not working with Ripple, who's working with all the banks. Said the payment platform, right? So fucking that makes no sense with these people have no common sense that leave comments. It's shocking that they're adults. Like, I don't know how they make it. So we're learning the third largest bank is Atajawafa, and that's a Ripple. See, all the fucking banks, let's just say this. All the banks in the world, the biggest ones and stuff, they're Ripple partners. They're utilizing Swift, and they have utilized Swift for like the past 50 fucking years. And Ripple is a payments company that has all the banks as partners. They have to work together. That's the only way this thing's going to happen. Ripple, the payment network, is going to be working with Swift so they can coordinate and send payments. This only makes fucking sense, okay? And then if Chainlink's in there for oracles, then you got Hedera because they're all partners. Okay, I just showed you the articles right here. Let's continue. So the other article right here, Thunes, I just showed you that article, the last one. Thunes unlocks payments for banks. Now, Thunes is a Ripple partner. Thunes unlocks payments for banks to mobile wallets via what? Swift. 2024. That's when this article happened. Thunes integrates Swift. Thunes works with Africa's third largest bank. Okay. In Morocco, they're utilizing Ripple. The third largest bank is utilizing, they're working together. Any person that would leave a comment on my page on X stating, oh, Swift's not using Ripple. Ha ha, you have no evidence. You've got to be the dumbest motherfucker on the planet. Good thing I don't remember your name, because I'd call you out saying you're so fucking stupid, okay? That's why I had to stop using X spaces, because you got some of the dumbest motherfuckers on that, and they try to act like, oh yeah, they don't know shit. It's embarrassing. I can't go on spaces anymore for Twitter. Okay. Thunes, who's a Ripple partner, Thunes, who's integrated into some of the biggest banks in the world, is utilizing Swift in wallets and Ripple technology and sending money and messaging. I'm showing you all these connections right here. This is fact-based, okay? You have like 3 or 4 articles I just gave you. This is real shit that happens. I'm sorry that your Ethereum and Bitcoin are not being used like this, okay? You picked the wrong fucking crypto, all right? Brand new people, watch what I got here in your crypto. Oh, my name's Crypto Hawk. I'm not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor, none of the above. Before every show, I get really high. I take heroin, cocaine, methamphetamines. Heck, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, I'm high as fuck. Don't listen to anything I say. Don't buy anything I tell you to buy, okay? There you go. There's your financial advice from some super high fucking drunk guy, okay? So what we got here is we're seeing evidence that Swift is integrating with Thunes, who's using Ripple technology with banks for messaging and having wallets. That's the connection, dumbass, okay? It's pretty clear if you just see these same people, they can't watch a show like mine because it's fact-based, and they get their booty hole gets about this big when they watch my show. Their shit gets pushed in the size of a football, okay? Because the evidence on this show. So then they're left to what they call ad hominem attacks. That's attack against the person, not the material. See, nobody can deny the information that I have. So then they do personal name calling or that kind of thing, because they realize their crypto is the shit crypto. See, I bring the facts. They can't deny anything on my show. Oh, Crypto Hulk, he does that. Oh, Crypto, that's all you can do is we're name calling. That's what we do now. We're adults and we name call. It's because you have no evidence and I have the evidence. That makes me clearly more in a position to show truth. All these other people are doing, it's all name calling. I mean, it's sad. They're still stuck in 8th grade mentally. So there's your evidence with that. Let's look into here. Let me cherry pick this to speed it up. Thunes is a Singapore-based crypto company located or operating in 130 countries. It's a bridge. Thunes is a bridge because they're using Ripple. It's a bridge between traditional finance and digital, the crypto world. It's bringing the old world into the new. That's what Thunes does with Ripple. Now, in late 2024, here's another crypto you need to buy, Stellar, but Thunes partnered with Circle. So let me show brand new people. Let me show you this article here. Let me do a copy and a paste. T-Mac, member for 36 months. Welcome to the channel again. Thanks for your knowledge over the years. Glad I found you when I did. Yep, we've got the evidence is on this channel. So here's the evidence here. When I talk about Circle, we're talking about Stellar, okay? And Stellar came out with what they call ARC, A-R-C, and that's an EVM, an Ethereum virtual machine. So Ripple has something called Axelar. Now Stellar already has something called Allbridge. Okay, it's interoperable with, I think, Polygon, Ethereum. I can't remember the other ones. Stellar also just came out with ARC, or is soon to be releasing it. It's an Ethereum virtual machine. So it's going to act kind of like a Codius. Okay, because that's what virtual machines are, technology out of the 1960s. We went over Codius the other day. So virtual machines are just that. So now Stellar is going to have the same ability that Axelar has. Axelar acts as a virtual machine for Ripple, okay? So Stellar is like the workhorse. Circle runs on Stellar. Circle's taking advantage of Stellar technology. So if you're brand new to crypto, Stellar is what you want to buy on Caleb and Brown. Let's continue here. So Circle joins Thunes. So now both a wholesale crypto like Ripple, XRP, and a retail-facing, well, small to mid-sized enterprise crypto like Stellar, which Circle runs on top. Circle made a deal with Thunes. So now they work together with both. This directly involves USDC, a retail crypto token pegged to the US dollar and widely traded on exchanges. Now, Thunes also works with PayPal. And without showing all the evidence and stuff right now, like I normally do, PayPal's hooked in Western Union, which is like a Ripple or Stellar partner. PayPal's hooked up with Visa that spent like over $1 billion on Ripple technology. And this gets so huge. Let me skip past some of this. You got Ripple's mixed up in this, added your Wafa Bank, now Swift. Swift connects 11,000 institutions. Basically, Swift, if you're brand new, is how all the money is sent in the world, okay? It's called Swift, the Swift system. And every country uses it except enemies of the United States. It says here in 2025, this is according to Grok, not me. So if you have a problem with information, you can just claim Grok is wrong. In 2025, Swift tested the XRP ledger and Hedera's HBAR for cross-border payments. And if you want that reference, it's right here. Let me do a copy and a paste. Oh, shit, we got another red pill. Let me just show you that article here real quick. So the article is from the payers, and it says Swift tests XRP ledger. You can read this article here. This is just one of these articles. There's other articles that show the same thing. What we got here? Oh, damn. Parks 114477. Thank you very much for the $500 donation. Now contact me on @CryptoHulk19 on Twitter. That's and then the capital C for crypto, capital H for Hulk. The rest of the letters are lowercase. The number 19 at the end. If you don't type in that exact one, you're going to get a scammer. Okay. So @CryptoHulk19 with the capital C, capital H only. All one together. What I'll need is your screen name. Hi, Crypto Hulk, because we're going to be on X, right? Hi, Crypto Hulk. This is Parks 114477. I donated $500 on your show that's titled, and then read the title, the name of the show, and then put the date in, which would be, if it's in put it in the United States, because that's where I live. And it'll be Wednesday, September 3rd at 5:43 p.m. Pacific time. It doesn't matter what your time is, but it's going to have to matter what my time is, because then I can look at my show and coordinate and check everything and make sure I get the right person. We'll have a phone conversation. We'll go over a whole lot of stuff today. Look, you guys have been calling me, and I've been showing you ways to get shit done you never thought of. So the phone calls definitely help. That's why I can only do one show right now, one show a day, is because I'm on the phone talking to you guys before this crypto takes off. This is a good time to join that $500 club. You don't have to join every month. If you want to, that'll be good. But what I want you to do is join for the month if you're ready to set down some cash and get these cryptos. I'll go over all your portfolio and stuff with you. You'll have me and my couple other friends. One guy's a professional coder, like really good at what he does. He's kind of like a detective, and he can figure out just about anything. He's more of the numbers kind of guy on the show. My thing is I see all the connections and all the 5 years of doing this. I kind of know who's working with who and doing what. He makes sure we don't get scammed. And when all of us, sometimes I got 3-4 guys helping me. When all 4 of us agree, then the show goes live. And if it doesn't, then we're not at all in agreement. Then there's doubt. Then I don't put a show on. It's not just about pump dump on this channel. There's long-term, mid-term investments. If there's a month where I can show you ways to come up with money to get crypto that you never thought you could probably figure out how to get this done. There's ways of doing when you call, we find ways to get shit done. Some other guy's a investor. Everything I talk about, he called me today. Everything I talk about that he likes, he's putting in 1 to 200 and he's not flipping it. And he's got about 50 of them. And I'm helping him, not telling you exactly what we're doing, but I'm helping him figure out ways to manage his crypto and to stay on top of it and to profit greatly from it. That he didn't know. Like he's a pretty sharp guy. But it's like when 2 people come together, like I'm pretty good at what I do and he's good at what he does. We figured out a new way for him to manage his crypto. And he's very excited because he's going to make a lot of money from that. So even if you're just starting off and you want to test it out for like a month or whatever, we can get you going. Well, I'll give you tips on how to, let's say, I can't say invest. Well, I'm high as fuck. So yeah. So I can figure out better ways for you to invest when we do have pump dumps. I got little tricks and stuff that I'm not going to get into them right now, but if you want to talk to me and stuff, we can figure it out. I can show you alternative ways of investing. Okay, let's get back to this. So Swift in 2025 tested the XRP ledger. This is what Grok is saying. So this isn't like, some people might say, oh, well, it's FUD. It's not FUD. We just went over all this stuff. Swift is doing this. Grok says that's why. Swift is developing blockchain models for tokenization and CBDC. Uh-oh. Through Thunes, banks can indirectly access blockchain networks, okay? The Thunes integration allows Swift-connected banks to reach mobile wallets. They're getting all set up. If you don't see this, this is getting ready to take off. It'd be very beneficial, at least if not for just 1 month, to be a Crypto Hulk member, to get yourself set up. Will help you organize your funding, creative ways to come up with funding to get the crypto you need and be protected, even with the legal aspect. I have a law firm that works with us. We're getting a really good price break on the services. It's all great to get crypto, but if you're not legally protected, I'm telling you what, that LegalZoom stuff, I'm telling you what, don't low budget this. I talked to another guy. He's going to take out a loan and then a midterm loan after that, partly for the crypto, partly for the lawyer stuff. I could discuss ways to get creative on timing on when to do all these things. To be a member, it really helps get you prepared. This guy wants to be ready and protected. These people aren't rich. He's willing to take out a loan and pay it off. I said, dude, once you do that, you'll have what you need. You'll be set. Then all you do is make your little monthly payment for like year, 2 years, how much ever you want to borrow for your crypto and your lawyer stuff, you know? So now is the time. I'm noticing a lot of you guys are calling now because it's like, damn, Crypto Hulk, I think this thing's really starting to get set up. And that's what we're reading right here about Swift. So let's continue here. Okay. Overview of the Swift Chainlink partnership. Background and development. Swift, the global interbank network messaging, partnered with Chainlink to provide Oracle network to bridge traditional finance with blockchain. Chainlink provides oracles. Chainlink is a Ripple partner. It's all integrated. Remember, Chainlink's not going to work with Swift. Hey, Swift, I want to set the ground rules. We will work with you, Swift, but we won't use Ripple. Like, that's so fucking stupid. So Swift is getting the oracles lined up with Chainlink. Swift is working with Ripple with the XRP ledger to send big money. And Circle has got Stellar in there working with Tunes and Swift. And we got Hedera as well. It just shit never ends. They're getting set up. When you hear Swift working with Ripple, Chainlink, Circle, which is Stellar, Hedera, Algorand's mixed up in all this. All these cryptos are at Caleb Brown. It's time to get with Crypto Hulk and start putting together a solid plan to get ready. Okay. Let's keep going. A 2023 pilot demonstrated transfers across blockchains like Ethereum. It didn't say Ethereum, it said across blockchains like Ethereum using Chainlink as an abstraction layer. In 2024, Swift, Chainlink, and UBS Bank, Ripple partner, completed a pilot under Singapore's Project Guardian. I'm not going to get into Ripple Singapore that started in 2013. See what I'm saying? It's all mixed in together. All these cryptos at Caleb Brown, you can get them. I'd be ready. Get the XDC. They sell there. The Thunes Swift article emphasized traditional enhancements to Swift for mobile wallet payouts, okay? So we know Swift is the world's payment platform, messaging platform that interoperates with payments, and they got wallets. We know now. Swift's work with Chainlink does represent another layer of crypto involvement in the broader ecosystem. Okay, let's look down here. Yes, Chainlink is actively collaborating with numerous crypto, blockchain, and fintech companies as well as traditional. Listen to this. Chainlink is working with all the fintechs and the traditional companies. I want you to see they're bridging it together. Ripple's that bridge, the interoperable platform, the XRP. Everybody gets on top of that platform, makes it all happen. This is what's happening, you guys. It's all being set up right in front of you. I'm showing you all the evidence right here. Everything's getting set up. I don't care about a crypto price. Are you ready? Do you got a solid plan lined up when this thing takes off? Is your crypto protected? How do you know the government's not going to pass some kind of law? The lawyers at my crypto law firm, you can see it below the channel and stuff. I'm telling you, get all hooked up. Chainlink is a decentralized Oracle network that connects blockchains to real-world data. So that's what oracles do. They relay information. That's what Chainlink is. Chainlink enables smart contracts to access off-chain information securely. So you have a crypto, a smart contract tells a crypto what to do. The oracle tells a smart contract what to do. Chainlink tells the smart contracts what to do with the crypto. And guess what Codius is that Ripple has? Is a smart oracle. Oh, damn. And then that's where the EVM, now you could use a virtual machine to do it as well. That's why we see Axelar. And that's why Stellar has something called ARC, A-R-C. It's the virtual machine for Ethereum. It does the same thing as Ripple's Codius, but not quite as good and efficient. Let's keep moving. Now, who's mixed up Chainlink's collaborations in 2025? You got Aave, A-A-V-E. They're working with Chainlink. And that's also a crypto. I don't own it, but it's AAVA. You got something called Pendle, P-E-N-D-L-E. It's another crypto. Some of these are too expensive. That's why I haven't deep dived them. You got Thala, T-H-A-L-A. They're involved in all this Chainlink and tokenization. You got Circle, Ripple, and then Shiba Inu. Believe it or not, holy fucking shit, right? Shiba Inu's got like at least 3 zeros in front of it. I'm shocked. Collaboration, Chainlink, including Shiba Inu's SHIB for cross-chain transfers. Isn't that something? Shiba is a retail token, and Link powers interoperability protocol. You got SBI Holdings, which is a Ripple partner bank involved in this. MasterCard, who's involved with Ripple, they already have a crypto card to move crypto, XRP. You got something called Zero Hash mixed up in this. Swift, they collaborated with Chainlink in 2024, last year. They're working with Euroclear. Guess what? Euroclear is working with XDC, the crypto you need to get at Caleb Brown. It's about 8 cents. Get XDC if you're brand new, I'm telling you. Now, if you're brand new and you're confused about a lot of the stuff, just join the channel for a month then. And we can get a phone call going. I can break all the stuff down to where you get it. Because the last thing you want to do is take 6 to 8 months trying to figure this shit out. You can probably figure it out in about a month talking to me, all right? It makes it a lot faster. Swift collaborates with Chainlink. They have a retail token there. JP Morgan Chase. Oh, man. Here we go. In June 2025. So what are we talking, 2 months ago? JP Morgan jumps in on this with Chainlink and Ondo. Ondo's a crypto you can buy at Caleb Brown. O-N-D-O. If you're brand new, seriously need to consider Ondo, okay? It's not cheap, but you need to seriously consider it. Ondo is working with BlackRock. They're partners. And guess what? Ondo works with Axelar. That's about 34 cents. You can buy it at Caleb Brown. I'm dropping all these cryptos for the brand new people. These are all 100% buys. If you have an opportunity, get them all, okay? These are 100% like legitimate. So you got Ondo in here as well. All mixed up. JP Morgan, the most systemically important bank in the entire world. Are you hearing me? This is happening right here. You see all this integration coming in like right now? You've got JP Morgan, the world's biggest, most important bank in the entire world. If JP Morgan were to fail, there's going to be big problems financially in the world. That's what I'm trying to say. That's systemically important. Chainlink is that important. Let's look right here. So you got JP Morgan working with Chainlink, Ondo, Swift. Ondo works with Axelar, which is 34 cents. Axelar is a Ripple partner. See how all this is coming together. I don't care what the crypto prices are. I honestly don't. If they're cheap, hey, great, I'll buy more. These are all the collaborations right here. Oh, the stock market, the New York stock market, they're working with Chainlink. And guess what? So is Circle. Here's your evidence for that. Let's see. Here's your evidence where Circle is working with the New York Stock Exchange. See, it's all coming together, you guys. We're at the tail end, I think, before crypto starts taking off. They're getting all of it figured out. Stephen Morris says ARC for Stellar is coming out in 2026. What we're seeing right here, I just showed you this article, March 2025, ICE, which is Intercontinental Exchange. What is that? It shows right here, New York Stock Exchange. They're working with Circle. Circle runs on Stellar. Stellar's coming out with ARC in 2026. It looks to me like the New York Stock Exchange might be running on Stellar in 2026, utilizing Circle. Okay, just so I'd put that out there. I think Stellar is 40 cents, somewhere in there. Brand new people, wouldn't hurt to get some Stellar, okay? They're only going to be involved in the New York Stock Exchange. Not a big deal. Retail token. Oh, Amazon Web. Amazon's involved in this. Ripple is an Amazon partner. Let's take a look right here. Here's your evidence for that. If you're brand new, I want you to see this. Look, I'm naming all these cryptos. If you're brand new, you need to have this shit. Like, this is like Mando. Do we have another one? Oh, good heavens. Hold on. There's your Ripple connection to Amazon right there. And I just got done. We got Spuds. Hold on a second, man. You guys keep joining this channel. Shit. Let me do this. Do that. Now the other one. Let me get back to this. Got a little distracted there. So, with the one that just joined, go to Parks. Go to my X page. Go to @ and then capital C for crypto, capital H for Hulk. The remaining letters are lowercase. 19 @CryptoHulk19, just like that. Contact me. If you deviate from that, you'll find a scammer because they're all over the place trying to use the different letters and shit, trying to be me. What I need you to do, Parks, is say, "Hi, Crypto Hulk. This is Parks 114477 from YouTube. I just joined your channel. It was September 3rd, 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. And here's my phone number. Here's the proof that I paid. So go onto your YouTube page that nobody else can see except you. Take a screenshot of your payment and then show that to me, and I'll hook you up, and you'll be rich and famous." Okay. All right. Let's see. Now, what are the crypto tokens involved in all? Gosh, you've got all the. Do you not see what's going on? I'm shocked. You've got Swift. What have we been talking about the past 50 minutes, right? This is so fucking huge. That's why this is a deep dive. Like, I literally need 50 minutes right now to explain all this because this is the biggest fucking clusterfuck of information you've got. So let's zoom out and back up in case somebody just came in. You've got Swift. They control all the money in the world. You got that? They're working with Ripple, Hedera, Chainlink, Circle, Shiba Inu's working with Chainlink. I'm sorry, but and you got Ondo involved. Ondo's partnering with BlackRock. They're using Axelar to get shit done. Axelar is a Ripple party. See, all this stuff's coming together. I don't know if you see this, but we are at a tail end. We are at a tail end. They are starting to get all set up. Like, this is big, where you've got the biggest banks in the world, Chase, JP Morgan, working with Swift, working with Chainlink. Like, this thing is getting to the point where if you don't see what's going on, you got some problems. Like, this whole world is becoming crypto. I'm showing you the biggest players in the whole crypto industry, the biggest players in the world: Swift, JP Morgan, the New York Stock Exchange, and others. I'm showing you the cryptos, if you're brand new, that they'll be using: XRP, USDC, Aave, Pendle, SHIB, Uniswap is mixed in with this. Ondo, HBAR, that's Hedera. This is massive. It says right here, the Swift Chainlink overlap, it's called. Swift's collaboration with Chainlink is significant for tokenization and interoperability. This is so massive. How do we get rich? I've told you, there's two things we got to have first: global crypto laws. I'm not going to go this, because then I'm giving the finger. There's two things we need: global tokenization and global crypto laws. Those two right there, right? What's happening right in front of your eyes right here? Chainlink and Swift, it's important for what? Tokenization. Oh, shit, that's half the picture right there, Crypto Hulk. I'm just letting you know, they're getting something set up. I don't know why crypto prices are dumping or why it's cheap. That shit doesn't concern me. It's a distraction to get rid of people. That's what I honestly believe. Because look at what I'm reading here. I've never read anything like this in 5 years, where we got, just the biggest bank in the world is, just working with Swift, who moves all the money in the entire world. That's not a big deal. And they're hooking up with Circle, Ripple, this, that. I mean, this would be this is massive news right here. But guess what? The 99% of the people on the planet have no idea. You're a very select few people that have access to this information. Let me get out of that one. Whoo-wee. There's that. I might, let me check this here. We got those connections. I've shown you that with Thunes, with Swift. Okay. I got to remind myself, after the show, I'm going to notify all the $500 people where you can go to earn 60 to 80% profit on your money. And this is a type of 100% legitimate company. It's one of the biggest companies on the planet, okay, that has a special type of investment where you're making crazy mad money. And if you do the right thing in this, let's call it investment, there's no tax. If you do this certain thing, there's no tax. And I'll let you know what it is after the show. I'll text all the $500 people. Some of you, I know some of you guys are rich, because it was a rich guy that told me this. He's like, you know what? I'm going to give you a little something for all your viewers, because he's going to share a little secret. Now, if you're one of these rich guys and you got 100 grand, I'm showing you, I'm going to show you how to make 70 or 80 grand this year on 100,000 bucks. I know I got viewers that got millions. I know I got viewers that have $1 million in crypto to watch the show. But I'm going to show you right here. This guy literally told me he sold his houses off because he could make more money doing this shit. So if he had two houses worth $200,000 a piece, that's $400,000 bucks. He sold off those houses, and now he's making $280,000 a year. And he doesn't have to have a house. You don't have to fix the fence. The water leaks. He just said, fuck it. He sold his two houses. Now he's making 60 to 80% a year on his investments. It's all legal. It's all SEC approved. Shit's all done. And this dude said, I'm literally making on my 400,000 investment. I'm going to be making, he said last year I made 280,000 bucks. Then he adds that. Let's say you put 400 in. Now you add 280. Now you're at 680,000. That's how much this guy's making. A crazy. You don't have to be a credit investor. None of that shit. Okay. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to send you a text here when the show's over. Insane amounts of money. If you don't have that much money to put in this fund, if you know somebody that's rich, tell them about it. Maybe say, hey, if I could show you a way to make 60 to 80% on your money, and it's not involving drug dealing, can you break me off 5%? And they'll be like, what do you know? And then you show them, they'll be like, holy shit, how'd you know that? Crypto Hulk told me. Okay, I believe that's it. We're at 55 minutes and 39 seconds. Very good information. Okay, I got to get back to work and look. I might have a crypto to launch tomorrow. It will not be a pump dump. I doubt it. Yeah. But this one's a very interesting one. I got to go. My name's Crypto Hulk. This show is over. Now I'm going to release it to the $5 people. I'll see you later.